The iPhone 3GS, a device that was considered by many to be an incremental update without much change, but one that would go on to sell millions. It was fast, it was light, and it had a pleasant feel in the hand. So let's go back to 2009 and take a closer look at the iPhone 3GS.
You're driving me.
Apple's third iteration in the iPhone line was introduced at WWDC 2009 by Phil Schiller as the successor to the iPhone 3G.
And that's why I'm really excited to tell you about an entirely new version, the iPhone 3GS.
The S in the name stood for speed, signifying that this iPhone was twice as fast as the iPhone 3G, a significant difference. But if you put the iPhone 3GS next to the 3G, you really can't tell them apart. First things first, this device is small, like really small. We're so used to giant phones that when you pick this thing up, it feels like a toy. Externally, the iPhone 3GS is identical to the 3G in almost every way. Both have shiny plastic backs, chrome bezels around front, and 3.5-inch screens. The screen's resolution is 480 by 320 pixels, and to put that into perspective, the iPhone X has 2436 by 1125 pixels. That means you can fit almost 18 3GS screens onto the iPhone X screen. Powering the iPhone 3GS is a 600 MHz single-core processor called the Cortex-A8. This was a very fast chip at the time, and it made the iPhone super smooth and fast. But if you compare it to today's smartphones, you can see just how far we've come in terms of mobile processors. The difference is just astounding. Also inside is 256 MB of RAM, a PowerVR SGX 535 GPU, and a 1220 mAh battery. Quite interestingly, the iPhone 3GS is the first iPhone to have a battery percentage indicator. And even weirder is that the iPhone 2G and 3G still don't have the option to this day. So yeah, Apple being Apple. Right, the camera. Yes, just one camera. It's a 3.15 megapixel sensor that has autofocus and can shoot stills and video, a first for iPhone. The image quality isn't that bad considering it's a phone from 2009, but I wouldn't use it today to take my pictures. Video is VGA quality, which really shouldn't be used today at all, don't even try. But the way video recording was incorporated into the operating system was extremely simple. A little switch in the camera application toggles stills and video. Tap to focus was also introduced with the iPhone 3GS, a feature which is present in every smartphone today. As for the operating system, it had a few new features and changes. A headlining feature introduced with the system was cut, copy and paste. This feature came rather late to the iPhone because Apple wanted to take the time to get the UI right, and it shows, as the UI is still the same in the iPhone today. Another fun little feature Apple added was shake to undo. Just shake the iPhone and you have the option to undo what you did. Apple also added a voice recorder app, universal search, and a compass app, as well as a list of smaller features. Although some major features were missing, like multitasking and notification organization. The iPhone OS 3 was well ahead of the competition in a lot of areas, and paved the way for Apple to increase the scope of its mobile operating system even more. So, where does this leave the iPhone 3GS today? It's not really usable, apart from a couple of apps, and the OS is very dated. Even the latest OS that this device runs, which is iOS 6.1.6. But this device took Apple miles ahead in the smartphone game, from the ease of iOS to the faster hardware, and this laid the groundwork for the next great iPhone.